Guys, I had a few people ask me how I did my cat decal, so I thought I'd show you. I'm gonna do it in a little bit different coloring than I did on my original Manny, which came out a little bit more orangey than I wanted. But these are the colors I'm using. This is an azure green. It's a little glitter. These are the three colors I picked because these were more like the colors of my Maine Coon cat. And my stamping polish, and this is the plate. And let me show you how I did it. Move some of the stuff out of the way here. Okay, so I'm going to hit the bottle here and get my cat in black first. I don't need that anymore. So hopefully you can see that. And then any parts on here you don't want, just doesn't matter anyway, it's not going to show. Okay, so let me move this plate out of the way. Okay, so I'm using a very fine brush. This is the pure color one, and I actually cut those bristles so that there was less of them. And then what I do is I put a little drop on this is the Uber mat, and you don't need much because the eye is pretty small. Taking that out of the camera just for a second to make sure I got everything. Yep. Okay, so the eye's done. And now I'm going to put a drop of this cream color down and the gray. So I have three colors, three drips on the mat here. And I'm going to start with the cream color because his chin was mostly cream, which is probably not going to really want to show up on the camera too great. I did use a little dot of cream on by the eye there. Now what I'm going to start doing is I'm not coloring in his whole nose. I'm just doing like part of it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start taking that cream and just doing a little bit here and there. And again, I'm not covering that whole space. I'm just doing like, I know it's really hard to see because it's cream. But I'm just doing little details because the cat would be, you know, their hair isn't one solid color. So I'm kind of just doing like sweeps of cream. And now I'm going to go in with the brown and do the same thing. And I'm going to dip them together. There's the gray. Put some on his nose. And I'm basically going back and forth between those three colors. So there's the brown, here's the cream. You can see I'm kind of letting those meld together there. Here's a little bit more brown. Back in the gray. And while they're wet, I'm sort of mixing that. See, it's still wet. because the cat's hair wouldn't be, or at least this one, because I was trying to do this like my Maine Coon cat, and his hair is definitely not one color. And so I was trying to sweep these three colors. Hopefully you can see that. This is pretty much colored in at this point. Everything's colored in. You can see from the back he looks like a mess. At this point I would take the essence, and this is clear polish, not top coat. And when I do this, I don't like a ton of it on here. I start at the top and do a line across, and then I just go down, and then I turn it around the opposite way. I always go past the decal so I have room to grab it with the tweezers. And then I just look across the top, make sure everything's wet, because then I know I got it. And then that just needs to sit and dry. And then just like the magic of television, I did this one about 20 minutes ago so it would be dry to show you what it looks like when you pull off. I'll put it on the decal so you can see. See how the hair has the different colors? Hopefully you can see that. And then I would take it and take the scissors and trim this. This won't all fit on my nail anyway. And then I would put that on my finger. I don't know if you can see or not. This is very thin. I do not like my decals thick. I would take it and not touch it together, but just kind of curve it so it's already shaped like my nail. And this is, I'm doing my other hand, so this is a little hard to do to yourself with doing your opposite hand.